We did not come here to suffer. We did not come into this world to be so challenged. The morning blessings today is, the mountain does not do. It stands in its own majesty. Morning blessings, Tessa-Marie. The mountain does not do. No, it stands in its majesty. Learning from the energy of the mountain. Calm, steady, powerful presence through the 5 pillars of prosperity. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go through that. That is the beginning of the end of 2025, because 3 months later, it's just going to be so let's put ourselves in the energy of the mountain, grounding in stillness. So here you are, beautiful people. Let us begin by being still. Breathe in deeply and exhale slowly. Again, let's do it. Doesn't that feel good? You breathe in to the count of 4 and you release it slowly. 7, 8, 9, whatever you feel like. It makes you feel good. You do that twice. Now, remember, today it's all about the mountain. So, I am rooted, I am steady. I am the mountain within. The mountain doesn't move. It really just stands there. It takes the world devastation. And when the mountain gets angry, there comes eruption. So, breathe that mountain energy. They say the most powerful energy to capture is the energy of the mountain. We can capture the energy of trees and bushes and flowers. We can if we choose to be in the moment. So, I am rooted, I am steady, I am the mountain. You're not here to be shaken. You didn't come to this world to be shaken. You are here to stand in the majesty of being, of your being. That's what you came in this world to do. To stand in the majesty of being you. So the mountain does not do, as you know. The mountain does not hustle. When people use the word, I have a hustle, I'm going to hustle, the word alone is making them look like they're crazy. If you could see the energy, you would see sparks flying, hustle. The mountain does not chase, you're not running, you're not a cop. That the mountain does not do, the mountain stands. Be careful. The mountain stands, it does not do. Am I telling you that you shouldn't do anything? No. I'm telling you to stand. Stand firm. The mountain exists in its majesty. What about your majesty? Stand firm in your majesty. Unmoved by the winds. The mountain does not let the wind, because it's blowing between the trees and all of that, move it. But that's the lesson the mountain teaches us. It does not matter. It is untouched by the judgment of the rain, snow, or fire. The mountain itself does not let the snow make it crumble, get sad, or the rain, or even the fire burning the trees and scorching the ground. The mountain stands. And that's the energy we need to capture if we want to survive in this new world that we have found. The mountain's majesty, it exists in majesty. Everything, it shifts, changes, and uses it. Everything uses the mountain. Everything. Around it, it shifts. It does not move. The trees grow on the mountain, but it doesn't change the mountain. Snow falls on it, but the mountain stands in its own majesty. Animals live within it, and yet the mountain is the mountain. Winds howls through it, but the mountain stands firm. Rain pours over it, and still it stands. That is why the energy of the mountain is the strongest of all energies to capture, to become the magnificent you. The mountain teaches us that no matter what is around it, on top of it, below it, or it does not move. That is the energy we must learn to carry, especially in this world of constant doing. We must learn to stand like the mountain, stand firm in our own majesty, and do not let the words and the opinions and the assumptions of others sway us. That's why the energy of the mountain is the greatest. We are taught to constantly do, move, fix, control, and respond. Your energy is your anchor, but they want us to stop, to do, to control, to pull. But the wise ones say the energy of the mountain is the best to capture. I've always heard that. But the hardest to harness. Why? Because being still in your power while the world storms around you, that takes true strength. Everything is crashing, but you're still Arita, you're still Yuko, you're still Colleen, you're still Loretta, you're still Nancy. What is happening around you? And even when a bee stings you, you're still you. Because being still in your power while the world storms around you, that takes true strength. You are the mountain. You're not your circumstances. You are Kimberly. You're not your critics. You are not the opinion of others. You are the soul beneath all of that. So, the mountain within you through the 5 pillars. Let's explore how the energy of the mountain touches each of the 5 pillars of prosperity. Let us do that. As I said, they are our guide to live in a fulfilled life. A fulfilled life. I did not choose to say to live a financially fulfilled life. A complete fulfilled life. Mental prosperity stands firm in thought. You know it. You believe it. Your thoughts don't need to chase every storm. Because there is a storm, you don't have to forget your majesty and your stillness and your power and just go to that storm. We have to learn to stay in our majesty. Mental prosperity is choosing to hold your values even when others disagree. It's being rooted in wisdom, not swept away by panic or doubt. Stand like the mountain in your mind. So, the energy of the mountain is the best to capture. The elders told us that. But apparently, it's the hardest to harness. Emotional prosperity as a mountain, be unshakable in your heart. The mountain doesn't care that it is snowing, it's raining, it's slitting, it's winter, the trees are bending and the animals are eating off it and humans are putting drills and machines into it like they did with Mont Blanc. As I said, when I went up the trams or the whatever it was, that it was a tram, going up the side of Mont Blanc in Switzerland, I looked at the mountain and it felt to me like they were ripping the mountain when they jammed these pieces of iron and drilled into the body of the mountain. Great engineering. But the mountain is still Mont Blanc. It gave me the opportunity to slide up like this up to the mountain, to go across from Switzerland to Italy, to Spain, to France, to eat. And all of that is because they went through the mountain. And the mountain still is Mont Blanc. It didn't change. So when people are shaking you, life will rain down hurt, joy. It will betray your love. Don't let it uproot your emotional center. The mountain receives it all, but it does not lose itself. You have to be strong. Know who you are. The power of the mountain makes you look at what's happening around you and say, I am me. I am still the mountain that I came in this world to be. The mountain does not lose itself. The mountain receives it all. Your emotional prosperity comes from knowing your worth, even when life sends you unexpected weather. Physical prosperity, strength through stillness. The mountain is strong. And because it moves, but because it doesn't. It's not because it moves, it's because it does not move. Your physical body needs moments of stillness. It does, not just motion all the time. Rest in sacred stillness. Stability is power. Treat your body like a sacred land. Make your body strong. Hold it up. Spiritual prosperity through the 5 pillars and the mountain. Spiritually, the mountains reminds us you were created with purpose. You do not need to prove anything to anyone. The mountain does not prove it's powerful. The mountain does not care what grows on it. The mountain doesn't give a that the snow is falling today. The mountain is just there. The thing is, because it's happening around us, and as I said, when we get stung by a bee or do this or something, we let that change who we are inside. We are already complete. That bee sting, yes, it can hurt. Yes, it could even kill you because of if you're allergic to bee stings. It's not always the worst, but it can. The mountain doesn't care that the volcano beneath it has decided to explode and change it. But the root of the mountain stays. You're already whole. You're already entire. You're already whole and entire, complete. The divine in you is unmoved by storms. Storms of life should not move you. You should be able to take the energy or strength that you have within you and hold on. Your faith does not need flash. It just needs root. The faith needs just you to believe I am good enough. The energy of the mountain for financial prosperity, solid as a stone. Build your finances like a mountain, slow, steady, solid. Don't fall for every storm of urgency. Prepare, save, invest wisely, ask questions, learn from the best, emulate success. Do not repeat failure. Do not assume a failure of generations before will make you fail also. Let your financial life reflect the strength of the mountain. Patient, enduring, dependable. Take your time to save. Save, put away. And what you have saved it for, when the time comes, do not flinch. Let it go. Money has to go where it's supposed to go, where you plan for it. Well, no matter how many times I talk about the power of the mountain with finance, I always remember Scrooge. He looked dry. He looked old. He was walking. He couldn't walk and rah, rah, rah. But when he started to give to the Tiny Tim family, he could carry the boy on his shoulder. He looked joyful because his money was being used. He did save it. He did go after it. But he didn't let it dry him up. The mountain does not let what it creates dries it up. It gives it all it needs. It says to the tree, you want roots? Dig in me. You want to grow? Grow from me. And I will still be me. So we need to look at that. So when was the last time you stood in your own truth without trying to prove anything to anybody? What external weather have I allowed to influence my inner state? What was the weather that you know what's happening around you, how people's behavior, how did you let it affect you? When was the last time, ask yourself that question, I stood still in my truth without trying to prove anything? Where in my life do I need to stand, not react? Well, is that constant nagging from a friend or whoever going to make... There's a time you have to just say, I am the mountain. You can come, but I am not moving. So, how can I develop the energy of the mountain today? Ask yourself that question. How can I do that? You are a mountain. Let us close this morning blessing by declaring this. I am the mountain. I do not move because of chaos. I stand in my divine peace. You see this action here? This one? When the turmoil of the world is coming at you, so close that the wind of chaos is making the hairs on your arms stand and at the back of your neck. You see this act? When you take it and you rest it beneath your nose and you breathe through it, calm comes to you. You could be sitting, you could be standing, you could be in the middle of a turmoil with thousands of people. But if you pull in those fingers together and you bring them to your nose, and you inhale and you let go, you're sending a message to your body. Hey, we can stop. We can breathe. We can connect with our minds. I am the mountain. I do not move for chaos. I stand in divine peace. Let me tell you today to be in a practice of being present. Be that. I am the mountain. I do not move for chaos. I stand in divine peace. Let today be a practice in presence for you. You don't have to chase everything. You don't have to perform. You just have to be. And that is how you reach your majesty. That is the actual thing for this mountain. So when we sit around and we think and we look at the chaos, I want you to go closer to the vision of a mountain. We know Everest. I know them, a few of them, because I visited places where they were. And the one that struck me the most was Mont Blanc. That one did. Because when I saw that no matter what they did, how many of us were there, the mountain was still Mont Blanc. And that's why I'm asking you, when the storms of life come creeping in, when this one doesn't like you because you're not breathing like them, when this one is criticized you for the actions that you take, that you love to do, you are the mountain in that moment to let it fall off your shoulder like water on a duck's back. The mountain knows that. You can hug a tree and get the energy of the tree. You can spend time and rest your back against a tree and you will feel better. It will heal you because it does not judge you. The mountain, if you look at it, if you're able to stand at the base of the mountain and call its energy into you and feel suddenly a change that, you know what? I am a mountain. I can stand all the winds, the snow, the sleet, the storms, the fires, things growing in me, things eating on top of me, things coming from the bottom of the earth and going through me, the volcano. But I am still the mountain. What can you say to yourself for that? What it is, can you talk to yourself and say? You know, what I'm asking you to do requires a little bit of practice. There is never anything we must do in our life that requires hours and hours and hours of it one time. It's the consistency of working to preserve the you, the true you. The mountain is there. You are already there. You are entire. You are whole. There is nothing to make you less than the mountain that you were born to be. It's just that if we hold on to the belief that we're strong, we're powerful, we got this. Even when the rope is slipping through our fingers, we still believe, I got this. Somebody will remind you, no, you don't have it. And this is where that person represents a tree that's growing and sucking the very, very energy of the mountain. But the mountain does not care. It waits for its turn to build itself again. That person, the other one that's telling you, you're this, you're ugly, you're stupid, you're unkind, just cutting you up, opinions and assumptions. You're old, you're fragile, you're stupid. That's the rain. It has to stop. That's the snow and the sleet and the ice. That's the wind on the mountaintop. It does not take away the mountain though. The water will run down the side of the mountain. The rain will pull some branches and trees. The mountain stays. So if you know for sure that you are the mountain, you need to dig deep, stand in power. And when you can't, you bring your hand in the prayer mode and go to your nose. Hold it there for a moment. Just a moment. And you can do this as many times as it's possible. This is not a joke. This mountain strength that is within us already. We did not come here to suffer. We did not come into this world to be so challenged. But if you are told that you have to be suffering, you have to challenge, then they're controlled. Oh no, you're good enough. Because you can go up the next ladder, the next step of the ladder. But you already know you can do it. Why are you waiting for somebody to tell you you're past the test? You're sound. You're okay. And the next one will say to you, you're not okay. What are you going to do? So there is the parable. There is the story. And it's a very old story. I've heard it since I was a child. If you're looking for someone to be a speaker at any of your events that you're planning, get in touch with me. My email address is right here. And you can contact me, and I would love to give you more about making life choices to you or any of the topic on living a fulfilled life. Have a great day. A man and his son were going to a city, and they had a donkey. So they had the donkey to carry whatever they were going to buy or to sell in the city. They were walking on either side of the donkey when they left home. When they got to village number 1, people started complaining and laughing at them. Look at those two fools. They have a donkey and they're walking when they could be riding the donkey. So the father got up on the donkey and they kept going. He got to village number 2. And in village number 2, they said, look at this man riding the donkey while his poor young son is walking. Again, opinion of others. Up they both went on the back of the donkey. Well, village number 3, look at those two riding the poor beast to its death. Guess what? They got off the donkey and started to walk. You cannot please everybody. You are the mountain. You need to take it and make your decision on what it is you need to do for you, what you plan to do for you. Be your mountain. The father and son ended up walking side by side. They realized what they had planned when they left home was good enough. The opinions of others should not affect who you are. And of course, easier said than believed. It's not done. Easier said than believed. You will quickly say to me, Tessa-Marie, it's good for you, but you don't have it right in your family where everyone's talking to you. You go, did you do that? Couldn't you do that? Can't you fix that? Right here, here. I understand it. But in the end, you have to do you. In the end, you have to be you. How are you going to be you if you let the opinions of others determine what it is you have to do in this world? So today, I have to leave you guys. I gave you a wonderful thing. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning